All right. Well, gobble, gobble, gobble. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, and we are going to start brining our wild turkey. Now, I'm having Thanksgiving at my in-laws, and they're Texans, but they're city folks. So I don't know if they're going to like my wild turkey so much, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. What do you say, good dogs? So no grilling today, but we're going to start the brining. This is a brine I have not used before, but we're going to see what happens. So what do I got? Got some brown sugar, dark or light, doesn't really matter. Got some salt, and that's going to be 2/3 of a cup, or 100 and, what is that, 60? Yeah, 160 milliliters. I got some garlic powder, tablespoon of that. I got some black pepper, tablespoon of that. That's the McCormicks organic. And then the Mesquite Gourmet seasoning, and a tablespoon of that. I want this because when I hunted this turkey, we had campfires of mesquite, and it just was fantastic. So I can't wait. All right, so just the dry ingredients, tablespoon on each of them. Got a little bit of soy sauce here. I don't know if I'm going to use a full. This is a quarter cup, so this is a 60 milliliter. Probably going to be a little bit less than that. Oh, and the tablespoon is 15 milliliters. Okay, now we're going to mix all this together, add a little bit of water. We're going to bring it to a boil. Then we're going to let it cool. All that's going to go in our brine bag. Now, I know you see some guys putting turkeys in buckets and brining it that way. This is the way my mom does it. She puts it in the brine bag, and that way we'll be able to take out all the air, and I don't think you're going to need as much water, okay? And I think this will be able to fit back into the fridge. Shouldn't be an issue. Let's get all this stuff boiling and mixed up, and later on we're going to put it in this brine bag, see how it works out. And that's grilling with the good dogs. Got Chef Kleinbear inspecting me, make sure I'm sticking true to the recipe. So I got the pepper, the garlic powder in there. Here comes the McCormicks Mesquite. Here comes the soy sauce. The salt's already in there. Here comes the brown sugar. I'm going to mix that around a little bit before it goes in. I had 4 quarts of water in there beforehand. We're going to bring all this to a good boil. Put it on low here in a minute. Bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it cool down. I'm going to put it in that bag. We're going to add water to that bag till it's all in there. But I don't think we need to make it much more concentrated than this, because we're just not going to be using that much water, because the bag is going to adhere to the volume of the bird pretty good, I think. So we'll see how this works out. Hey, you got to watch it, because you see there? It'll boil up on you there. But brought it to a good temp. It was boiling. Now it's got to cool down. You don't want to add it to that bag when it's hot like this. It'll start cooking your bird up. Okay? So, in an effort to try and expedite that process, got some of my big old ice cubes here. Just going to put them in. Nice and easy. Not trying to hurt nobody. Definitely don't want to splash them or anything. On you. Just like that. That's nice. That's nice. Let's get these bad boys in here. Save y'all for a drink. Yeah, we'll let that cool down a bit, and then it's going to go in the bag. So, yeah, come back to it when it's a little colder. Grilling with the good dogs. All right, it's been sitting in the fridge. It's a little colder than room temperature right now. Well, we keep our house pretty cold, so maybe it's a little warmer than room temperature. Look at that bird. That is a beautiful bird. That was such a fun hunt, y'all. Every day we hunted. We heard a bunch. They never saw any. Last day, the last morning, we called them up, and they actually came in, and I got 2 with 1 shot. This is one of them. So I got the legs stuffed down in there, around that kind of tailbone area, I guess you want to call it. Now I got the oven bag. We're just going to take the bird in there. I got some water in it already. We're going to put it in, and we're going to put the brine in it, and then fill it up with water, and then zip tie off or twist tie off the end of it. So I'm going to try and get that done. That's going to be kind of probably a awkward process, but you'll see the final product. It's going to go in this pan, and we're going to set it in the fridge. I'm going to see if I can do this without it opening up the bag too much. Yeah, it's starting to crease a little bit. Let me get both hands out, both hands free, so I can get this right. Grilling with the good dogs. Well, that was an ordeal. Those of you paying attention, you can tell that this is now a 2.5-gallon Ziploc bag, whereas I was using one of those Reynolds brine bags. Well, as soon as I picked it up, these little leg bones right here punctured it, and I had to save the brine and save everything. It was an ordeal. Thankfully, this will work. We have it in the fridge. It's where it's going to stay overnight. So let's close that up. Make sure that closes up. Check in through the porthole. Looks good. So now that I cleaned everything up, we are good to go. That's grilling with the good dogs. That's all we're doing today. Tomorrow we'll start the smoking. Now this is going to be a bacon wrapped turkey that I'm going to use a lot of that McCormicks Mesquite seasoning. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. So please get ready for it. All right. So the turkey's out. All right. The smoker is getting up to temperature. What we need to do is we need to empty this, and we're going to pat down the turkey dry. That's why we have it in this. You also want to set up your bacon bed and your aluminum foil, because remember, we're going to wrap it in bacon and wrap it in foil, and that's how it's going to go on the smoker. So I have the bacon bed down with some of the McCormicks Grill Mates Mesquite seasoning. So I'm going to drain the turkey now, pat it down. It's going to go on here, and I'm going to continue wrapping it, but I'll let you see it when it goes on here. Got some foil on the side that's going to go on top of it. We're going to wrap the whole thing up just like we did the geese, just like we did the pork shoulder and everything. So let me get that going, and we'll get back to you. All right, well, there's the bird. I haven't done anything to it yet. It's on the bed of bacon. Looking pretty good. So next I'm going to try and douse it in as much of this mesquite seasoning as I can. I have another one here just in case. Then we're going to wrap it in bacon. Wrap as much as we can in bacon, then maybe add a little bit more of this. We'll see what happens. It looks glistening, but I actually patted it down. You want to pat it down because if you wipe it down, you'll lose some of that seasoning. But it looks like a lot of it stayed. So pat it down, make sure it's pretty dry. You're applying this. Grilling with the good dog. All right, so it is now covered in the McCormick's Mesquite seasoning. So I got some more bacon on there. Keep wrapping it. Once these legs are wrapped, I am gonna put them back in this pelvic bone. I meant to look up what this bone was called. I have not yet. So if you know what it is, let me know, and I'll say it in the next little clip here. All right, but remember, I'm not worried about any of this sloughing off because we're gonna wrap this whole thing in foil, just like we have right here. So let's get this thing covered up with some bacon. That's the good stuff. That's what everybody wants to see. Grilling with the good dogs. Took them on a long walk, so they're a bit lazy right now, but I guarantee you'll be seeing them in a little bit. All right. Look at that. Have you seen something more beautiful in your life than a wild turkey wrapped in bacon, seasoning all over it? Now, I know you're thinking, oh, you're leaving a lot exposed here. Well, that's where this is going to come in. Okay, so it's going to fold up. That's why I put the bed down first. Just to give a little explanation, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to want to do. You know, the breasts are right here. So when this goes into the smoker, I'm planning on this side right here being down on the grill. That way all the juices kind of congregate here. So this side will actually be up in the air. This whole thing's going to flip over. So I got some aluminum foil there. I'm probably going to put another one on top just to make sure it's good. And then I'll probably put a few layers here to make sure we have a pretty good heat shield. But we got a pan in there already, so it might be okay. Let me get all this wrapped up and ready, and we'll be taking it to the smoker here in a minute, grilling with the good dogs. All right, there's the finished product. You might be saying, hey, dummy, where are your meat probes? You're right, I didn't put them in there. That's because the breasts are right here. I didn't want to stick them in that way, and then they're going to be sitting on the grill. I put them this way. I'm going to let it get on the grill, and then I'm going to put them there and there into the breast, and probably there and there into the thighs and legs. Yeah, I'll probably put 4 in here. Just want to, it's my first big turkey, so I want to make sure I get it right, do it good. Very excited about this. I'm going to go check the smoker here in a minute. We're going to bring this thing out. And then that's probably going to last you here from me for a little while it's smoking. I'm guessing it's going to take about 5 hours, maybe 6. We'll see what happens. Always having fun on grilling with the good. All right, I got one friend who always gets on me for putting on too many probes on anything. It's like, dude, what's wrong? What's wrong with more probes? Nothing. So it has a tight fit. It actually can't sit how I want it to, so it has to lean over a little bit. So I'm gonna come check it, and I'll probably rotate it from side to side. It's gonna be harder when I have the salmon in here and some of that sausage, but it's probably gonna be sitting something like that inside there. So this probe here doesn't hit it. It's gonna be up in this area probably. I really do want the breast side down, so all the drippings kind of come to it. We'll see what happens. I put this in here, situated, get the thermometer set up, and then I will bid you adieu once it's all set up, and you can see what it looks like. Grilling with the good. All right, so there it is. Like I said, I'm going to come in here and probably rotate it a few times. 1 and 3 are the breasts, so that's going to be 41 and 43 degrees. 4 and 6 are the legs, so that's 45 and 43. What we're going to want to get to, let's see how it does. All right, close it all the way. What we're going to want to get to, me personally, is 190. Okay, that's a bit on the high side. This thing is done at like 165. I think some people say you can go up to 180. I'm taking it to 190. It's a wild turkey. I want to make sure that bacon cooks in there, and I want to try and break down as much of that meat as possible. We are going to hold it in the Yeti after this. So, yeah, let's give that some time, and I'll check back in with y'all. Grilling with the good dogs. It's time to let it rip. Let's do it. Figured I'd take the time to answer some questions. I have the grill over there because it's supposed to start pouring here in a little bit, and I didn't want the drip bucket filling up with water or any water getting on any other part of it, really. Some of you might think, well, why don't you have a larger grill so you can do the turkeys? Honestly, I probably wouldn't get a larger grill. I'd probably get a cabinet grill, if anything, or a cabinet smoker. If you have a small grill like this, it heats up quickly. It doesn't use that many pellets. If you get a bigger one, it's going to use up more pellets. There's the good dogs right there. Cabinet smoker, you can fit something like this, and it's tall. I have started looking at some of them, but I'm not in a rush. This turkey was going to be the first one. I was like, man, this is going to be difficult. And really, it's only one. But yeah, so those are some answers to questions you might have. But I would stick with this size. If I wanted bigger, I'd get a cabinet one. Yeah, I just spun it around. Now you can see that green probe's on top. So keep watching it. I got a little bit here. We'll put the salmon in towards the end there. Yeah, there's a good dog, Chef Klein Bear. Looking fluffy, getting a haircut soon. Chef Baby Gee. Been working on tunneling recently. I'll put up a little cardboard box. They run through it for a treat. Work on tunneling, see if we can't make them into some athletic dogs, huh? Yeah. Grilling. All right, guys. So I actually bumped it down to 200, and that's one thing why you need to keep your grill nice and clean is so when you do those lower temperatures, it can stay on. I've had issues before that if I haven't cleaned the fire pot in a while, that the flame will die when I go below 225. Thankfully, that's not the case here, and that's because I just cleaned it the other day. So you always want to try, if you know you're going to be doing cooking, you know you're going to be at a low temperature for a long time, make sure you clean out that fire pot. All right, this thing is just about ready to pull out. I'm just dousing these salmon fillets one more time. I'm bringing that to Thanksgiving as well, and then I'm going to yank this bad boy, and it's going to go in the ice chest. It's about 2 o'clock right now, and yeah, that should put just about time to bring it over to the in-laws. So, grilling with the good dogs. Yeah, Chef Kleinbear inspecting it. It actually was dripping quite a bit, so thankfully they were dragging through some foil in there for me. Yeah, so throw another blanket on top of it, get the heat nice and trapped in there. Chef Bear, come on, lick up some of that bacon fat. Alright, and it's gonna hold there. We're gonna probably hold it for an hour or so. Good stuff. Good stuff. Grilling with good dogs, Chef Klein. Okay, I do not know how hectic it's gonna be when we go over there. I'll do my best to take some video, get some pictures, and document how the turkey came out. Hopefully it'll get y'all some good shots of it. Get some good, and I think it's gonna taste great because it smells amazing. So We'll get to that shortly. Hopefully we can send you some good stuff. Grilling with the good dogs. Chef Baby Gee, that's Cork. Chef Klein Bear. All right, unwrap it. That Yeti does wonders because this thing is still piping hot. So yeah, we're gonna start carving it. That's all the bacon. It looks fantastic. Sorry about all the noise. All right, all the bacon's been removed. Keeping it on the side. It's a great addition. Gotta start carving some of this. Like I said, lots of noise, lots of commotion. It looks amazing. It smells great.
And did you put
Grilling with the good. All right, it looks fantastic, and the meat is just falling apart. It looks so good. I'm gonna try some of that. Really good. I'm gonna dig into some of this, mix it with some bacon. Grilling with the good dogs. Be back at you. Right. Not much left, as you can tell. About to throw this away. Grilling with the good dogs. Probably have a few more follow-ups, but that was absolutely delicious. I think it was well liked by everybody. It was a good time had by all. I definitely suggest this. I might give some more notes later on when I'm back at the house. Grilling with the good dogs. Hey guys, it's me, the Fat Dad. Just want to let y'all know, I hope y'all are enjoying the videos here on YouTube. But if you want to see more, we actually have a Snapchat where you'll see a lot more of the uncut stuff. The final product is what ended up on YouTube, but a lot of bloopers, mistakes, and experiments happen on Snapchat, so check us out there. You can find that on our Instagram page, where if you follow our Instagram, you'll see candid pictures of the dogs, throwback pictures, and a little bit about each one of the recipes that we put up here on YouTube. So give that a try. That's Grilling with the Good Dogs on Instagram. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching the videos.